Hey everybody, welcome back. Well, you read the title of this video, so you know that it's gonna be me sharing the update of this channel, but more importantly, I wanna share why I stopped being consistent, why I almost quit YouTube, and more importantly, where this channel is going. Because for some of you, it's gonna be not what you expect, because lately I attracted a lot of wrong people here who don't even know what Revit is, and I'm just gonna tell it right away. If you don't know what Revit is or PyRevit, you can just click unsubscribe below, you are in the wrong place. Sorry, but that's the truth. Because going forward, this channel is going to focus primarily on how to code with Python and Revit API to create your PyRevit tools. This is what I'm going to double down on. This is what this channel was built on. But lately with Python course, it attracted a lot of kind of wrong audience. And this is where everything went sideways. Because you see, I've also stopped looking at the YouTube analytics, and it was a blessing. Oh my God, watching analytics is never a good idea, especially all the time. So when I stopped doing this, it just became much easier to kind of just live my life. Now I just decided to look at where it went wrong and just kind of analyze what happened. And I realized that starting in 2025, it was going fine. I was kind of posting once a week. It was always something related to Revit API. I started my PyRevit podcast and so on. And it went fine until the end of May. This is where shit hit the fan, to be honest. And that's where I decided to double down on this Python course, which honestly it's a good course, it was a good idea, but I executed it wrongly. There are a few issues with that, and mainly because, well, I kind of attracted the wrong audience with that. Initially, it was supposed to be Python course for Revit users, but for some reason, I decided to make a general Python course. For some reason, I decided that it have to be 12-hour course, when in reality, it should have been like 5-6 hours, and I would cover more than enough, trust me. And honestly, it's a good course. I spent insane amount of time. It took me like 6 to 9 months to make it. I made a lot of editing. I translated to multiple languages. I made the whole Python.click platform with the summaries and so on. And it's an insane course. I know it sits under 200,000 views, but if I would not hide it from YouTube, it would already be at least at 500,000 views, and it would climb to 1 million at least, like within a year. I'm quite positive of that. But as you can see, it's unlisted because I had to take it down. The reason is because I started attracting the wrong audience. I started seeing a lot of people who coming into Python without knowing what is Revit, what is PyRevit. That's not who I serve. As much as I want to help everybody, I think I need to get very clear that this channel is for Revit and PyRevit users. If you don't know what these things mean, just unsubscribe. I'm sorry, you're in the wrong place. However, if you know what Revit is, especially PyRevit, then you're 100% in the right place. There's going to be so much more value for you. Yeah, after that, you can see after I released it, then removed and unreleased it and so on. I tried to get back, but I was still very burned out from this course. I was still burned out like from just being at that. There's like so many different other issues. Also, we were kind of preparing to move apartments. It just took a toll on me, and I could not I could not start making content and so on. Later, I started making challenge, so it took even more time, but challenge was a great idea. I loved it. It just took a lot of effort. But now I think I'm ready to get back on YouTube and start creating more content. That's what I want to talk more about in this video. Also, this kind of format is very unnatural to me. I used to this kind of a little bit hypey, more editing styles, but now I want to dial it down and make more raw content. So I can make more content, share more value, provide you more information, and spend less time on creating it. So it's going to be a win-win for both of us. Now, this channel, I kind of sat down and tried to think well, what kind of content do I want to make and why? And I think I'm going to go to the roots of this channel where I started from. And when I started, I focused specifically on Revit API tutorials, on my EF tools, and some other things. That's exactly what I'm going to kind of focus on. First of all, I want to start making Revit API documentation breakdown. I want to take one class at a time and break it down kind of as simple and concise as possible. Later, these videos, I will embed it into my Revit API documentation, so it's going to be a great mix of two. When you will explore Revit API documentation, you will also see tutorials related to the topic, and it will help you just kind of get the right information faster and more efficiently. Then the second one is EF tools, which is long overdue, and I'm sorry for such a delay, but I think it's time to rewrite it. And I thought about how to do this, and it would be best to just completely start EF Tools 2.0 from scratch, from absolute zero, and build up the whole extension. Probably I will also document this journey Because the first time when I created, I didn't know what I'm doing at all. I just randomly started creating tools like most of you do. And like when you start this way, you do a lot of things wrong, not efficient, you break stuff and you like, I fix it some other day. And that's just how it keeps going until it's a little bit hard to fix it all. Now I'm already like much better developer. I know way more about PyRevit and I can start it proper way and I can build up like my extension from ground up. I still have to decide if I want to go for kind of more efficient way and less readable code, or I want to honor like all the beginners who read my source code and make it as simple and readable to read, which I think this is what I'm going to go for, even though there are more efficient ways to do this. I still like to do things for beginners, so maybe that's what I'm going to do. Still kind of thinking about this. What else? The third type of content I'm going to bring back is PyRevit podcast. I really enjoy talking to the experts, different people coming to the show, sharing what they do, how they started with programming. And I already had great guests, like, for example, LearnRevitAPI, like Eshan Ireneja, then Jean-Marc Kufa, we had Ozzy Beamguru on the show, and so on. And I want to bring even more guests, even more experts, so they can share how they use PyRevit in the real world, so you can learn from them, because frankly, I don't know everything about PyRevit, Revit API, and Revit in general, so it's great to get more brains on the show so they can share their story. So yeah, that's that. Also, I will be making a huge switch to VS Code, because frankly, PyCharm started to let a lot of people down. A lot of beginners fail to set it up. There are some issues, and I feel like it's kind of falling behind. So I think I'm going to switch to Visual Studio Code. I made a poll in LinkedIn, and whatever wins, probably I'm going to switch to that, because I know that many beginners coming to PyRevit, they're just going to use whatever I teach in tutorials. And I want to make sure it's something easier, more modern, and AI-powered for future use. So that's also coming here on the channel. Now, lastly, I want to give you LearnRevitAPI update. There were like a lot of changes I did over the years, and now there's going to be another change. So, as you know, I have two paid kind of products. First one is my LearnRevitAPI training. This comprehensive course from start to finish, where I teach Python, PyRevit, Revit API, lots of examples, insanely detailed kind of lesson summaries, videos, editing, and so on. This one I'm really proud of, but I feel like it's time to kind of replace it. I think I'm going to re-record the whole training from start to finish. I'm going to remove what's not necessary. I'm going to simplify and shorten what's not necessary, so it's easier for you to kind of learn it. Secondly, I also started PyRevit Challenge not so long ago, and it's still in progress. It's an insane amount of effort. I already created more than 100 videos for that, and there's even more. Some of them like less than a minute, but some of them like 10 minutes, and there's just a lot of steps to make each day. So if you will be interested in that, this is something that I will be releasing once every couple months, so you can join in, then it's going to close and you have to wait again. Yeah. So you're going to hear more about this in LinkedIn newsletter when it's time to release it. For now, I'm just going to keep working with existing students to make it a little bit better and then release it again. So yeah, that's the update on the channel. I just wanted to share that I'm going to double down on Revit API tutorials, PyRevit podcast, EF tools, also probably going to share some AI workflows that I found. And also, meanwhile, I'm going to keep building my PyRevit challenge and LearnRevit API platform update. And also, I want to say huge thank you for all the support throughout the years. There are many of you who still comment on my videos, comment on my posts, and I keep sharing some feedback about PyRevit, Revit API, and it's amazing. Thank you. Also, if you want to help me out, just comment down below what are you more interested in. Are you more interested in EF tools, in PyRevit podcast, in Revit API breakdowns? Maybe there's completely different kind of content that you enjoy, just let me know down. And also, what kind of PyRevit podcast guest would you like to see? If you know some experts in MEP, structure, or just PyRevit in general, just comment down below. Probably I would like to talk to them and share what they know with all of you. And yeah, also, I didn't really think of how to end this video, but for some reason I decided that maybe I'm going to pull up the Bible. This is also quite new to me. I started last year. And I want to read you one of the Psalms that was really helpful to me. Maybe it's going to help to you. Maybe it's going to bring you back to Bible. Normally, I don't do this stuff. I'm kind of also new to Bible, so don't listen to anything Bible related to me. But still, I want to read it to you because, well, it helped me when I needed it. So, it's the Psalm 23. I'm just going to read it to you. The Lord is my shepherd. I shall not want. He makes me lay down in green pastures. He leads me beside quiet waters. He restores my soul. He leads me in the paths of righteousness for his name's sake. Even though I walk through the valley of shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for you are with me. Your rod and your staff, they comfort me. You prepare a table before me In the presence of my enemies, you anoint my head with oil. My cup overflows. Surely goodness and mercy shall follow me all the days of my life. I shall dwell in the house of the Lord forever. Yeah, we're gonna end here. So stay tuned if you're interested in Revit API and Power Revit tutorials. There's a lot more to coming.